All right, we're live. Let me get this phone out of my pocket. How are we doing, everybody? It's Sunday night and a long week. I hope everybody's doing well. We're doing well over here. Boy, how's that for like completely useless banter, right? Waiting for people to come in here. I'm no good at this. Hey, Adam Combustion, what's up? You're the first one in, brother, man. John S. Doug Narden's here. Never fear. The Dougster is here. George Bonnie, you're always coming fourth. You used to always come in first, and now you're always in fourth. How is that possible? Joe Balls, what's happening? Luis Lopez, American Hot Rod, so it's Dallas. Uncle Squirrel, what's happening, brother? Fubar the Axe. Opar Den, Greg McDonald, Paul Capizzola, Uncle Big Bad, Matt S, Kevin. Oh man, you're all my regulars, all of the regulars. The finest automotive community in all of YouTube. You guys are awesome, and I am so grateful to have you. Troy Numbnuts, Blues and Corduroys. I'm seeing some new names in here. Richard Zeminski. Andy, Unity Motorsports. I'm coming for you, man. I am coming for you. With love, of course, right? But I'm still coming for you, brother, man. John Wilburn, what's happening? I'm sure a lot of people are going. So we've got both Dallas here, the American Hot Rod Association, and we have John Wilburn here. And those guys are promoting the no-name nationals. So if you guys have any questions as far as like, the structure or the classes or the payout or anything like that, those are the guys to ask about that. You want to make a call out, you can do it here, right? You can do it here. Mark M, well, God bless you too. Okay, so listen, right? Before we get into anything else, all right? There's a little fellow named Seth Noble. Okay, his old man's a nitro guy, and whether he's having a very hard time right now. He's in the hospital, so if you pray. If you just send good thoughts. But this is a shout out to Seth. My man, you are on your way back. You got it knocked. Keep up the fight. Let's see. And Dallas says, if you want a class where we run snails backwards. Yes, Deacons T second. Holy Sunday, Batman. Sunday. We need to do an intro. I hate intros, but maybe we need a Sunday type of intro for this thing. Dean Greger, Tony, new to the channel, but love your nitro stories. I try to block them out. You know what I mean? It's like I'm forced to remember the nitro days. I try to no, that never happened. There was somebody else doing that stuff. Let's see, Joe 66 Mopar Mess. Watch your oil pump video. What do you recommend for a low budget 440? I mean, what are you doing with your low budget 440? Stock clearances, 6,000 RPM. The stock pump is just fine. You don't need anything more than that. A high volume pump with a stock, basically stock set up like that. All it's doing is costing you power, nothing else. Kyle, okay, yeah, so there's something I got to get into here. And this is I should talk to Dallas and John separately, but since I got both of you guys here, and it's on my mind now, because so Andy, right, my nemesis, right, Andy picked up a monkey bike, a Honda Monkey. Okay, so these things are awesome. These things are absolutely awesome. Hey, the one he's got is blue. It's just beautiful. But there's some confusion, guys. So you're using so at the No Name Nationals, you have a quote monkey bike class, but it's not a monkey bike that you're racing. It's a mini bike that you're racing. So you may want to do something about that, because there's going to be a lot of confusion. A lot of people are going to say, "Well, no, I'm not going to go spend $4,000 on a Honda Monkey." You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people are going to think of, as opposed to the $400 mini bike that you guys intend. So you may want to do something about the wording on your promotion, or make it mini bike and not monkey bike. And if you want to see the Andy on the monkey. Is there any video of Andy actually riding the monkey? Because I want to see a 300-pound guy tooling down the road. I don't think he's 300. He's probably about 275. I want to see Andy on the monkey bike going down the road. It's got to be awesome. Ari says, "I need a beat up monkey bike for the Apache." You're not gonna find a beat up one, man. They're like relatively new on the market. Honda has gone all in on the whole mini moto thing. You know, they got the Trail 125 and the Super Cub, which is basically the same bike with just different trim level. You know, the Grom, they've been selling a Grom like crazy for the last several years. And now they got, the monkey bike, which is like a total throwback thing, man. It's just like, it's beautiful retro. And now they got the Honda Navi, which I think is pretty neat. This thing has a list price of $1,803 out the door. And it's a scooter, but it's actually configured more like a motorcycle. So it's got the tank. It's like a tiny motorcycle. But I think that's pretty neat. The Honda's going all in on the mini moto deal. And I think it's because they know something that we don't. They're sending stuff over here like crazy now. On the very small, cheap, economical, super high gas mileage side, they're really focusing on that market. Does Honda know something that everybody else doesn't? Adrian E. Bannon, have been watching your channel for a while now. Always informative, entertaining. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, Adrian. Let's see. Insane Illusions Fabrications. Andy says he took it out this morning, 35 degrees and 53 is all she would do. I think that's all they're supposed to do. I think they governed it like 55. Proud American. I have a new uncle now, Uncle Tony. I'd like to see you hear about how to upgrade the big old intake on a 99 5.2. Wednesday night. Let's try to keep the tech heavy stuff, like the real nuts and bolts things. Try to save that for the Wednesday night when we're here with Dallas. That's our Wednesday night tech talk. We try to keep, and in this we try to make this a little bit more on the social and general side. Can you eat a cockroach? Can I eat the cockroach? No, I can't. Paul Cavazola, you're going to accept the call out from Lunar Outlaw Garage? No, I'm not going to accept the call out from Lunar Outlaw Garage. I'm racing Casper. I'm setting up Bottle Rocket specifically to race Casper. Specifically, and it's Casper is first off. Andy has got me in suspension, experience with the car, and out horsepower. I'm outclassed in every possible way. So I'm setting Bottle Rocket up for the kill. Right? It's going there. It's going there with a 559-foot fuse. So that's the only way. You know what I mean? I got to trim, and I got to hope he screws up a little bit, and I got to have that car on kill the whole way. So I doubt there's going to be anything left of the car. Or I doubt it's going to get through that run unscathed. And it's an off the trailer run, which means there's no time shots, there's no testing and tuning. It's however the car runs off the trailer. So there is no capacity to run that car in any other race or anything like that besides the one with Casper. So no, I'm not accepting a call out from a Unity Motorsports Garage or anybody else for that matter. Let's see. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, that's Kathy. What's she saying? Wait, what? Paul Cavazola, we're going to run on nitro? No, there are other things. And I'm telling you right now, it will absolutely be a 318. It'll be a 318 block and it'll be a 318 crank. People are speculating, oh, he's going to throw a 4-inch stroker in there. No, it'll be a 318 block with a 318 crank. But let me rephrase that. It's a 273 crank that I'm using. Okay, Uncle Kathy says, applesauce. You said you're not accepting a call from Unity. No, I am. No, I absolutely no. I'm only going there to race Andy and Casper from Unity Motorsports. I'm not taking on a call out from Lunar Outlaw or anybody else. Zero, what's happening, man? You snuck in there. Wow, we have a lot of spam here. Fubar's giving him the axe. Okay, you tell me I misspoke. Okay, but I just straightened it out. Yeah. I'm not accepting a call out from Unity. I am accepting the call out. No, I'm not accepting the call. Oh, see, it's me. I'm not accepting the call out from Lunar Outlaw. I am accepting the call out from Unity. Okay, there we go. I should probably build a poly to be safe. No, it'll be a wedge. It'll be a wedge. I know I did it again. It's an issue, but I mean, it's fairly straightforward what I intend to do. Okay, I only have time for one call out race. No, I only have commitment for one call out race. I'm focusing on one race. Did I miss a super chat? I think I missed a super chat. I have to go back here. I'm so sorry if I did. I did. 2 Hacksaw Garage. I'm so sorry. Tony, it's Jive 5 Jeff here. Long cold weekend. This show is the highlight of my day, adding a few subs every day. Excellent. Congratulations and thank you. Let's see. Old Blue 426, $5. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. I forgot about you. Hopefully, I'll have the engine pulled in a couple of weeks. Oh, that slant. Oh, a couple of weeks. Geez, you got to let me know because I'd have to go source it out from someplace else. It's no problem. Don't stress it. I can pick up the rod off of eBay. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the thought. Fast thing. Too bad Slaghammer isn't done. You could race that. No, Al can race that. I have nothing to do with Slaghammer except we're assembling it. I'm doing a motor and everything, and then I'm going to wave bye-bye to him as he drives it down the road to whatever adventures he's going to have. So anything to do with Slaghammer, contact Al. And same thing with the Junkyard Jet guys. Anything with them, contact one of them. D. Scaglione, $4.99. Thank you, sir. Water burnout or juice? Pimp juice. I don't know. Andy's call. You know, I'm good with water. Paul Cabazzola, W2 or Magnum heads. Well, you'll just have to check them out when I get there. Let's see. The engine is cooled by Tang. Paul Shea, great video today. Learned a thing or two. Oh man, I hope so because that's why we do these videos. You know, I'm trying to get everything that's in my head. I'm trying to get it out, you know, while I still can. So yeah, I'm glad you got something out of that. Proud American, please get some footage of the Slansic eating V8s. This year, that car is ready to hit the track. Well, it's disassembled at the moment, but it's like the combination is there to go. So we'll put it together as soon as the track opens. Bam, we're there, and we'll be testing and tuning it. Doug Dunn, you're working on a CBX? Oh, God, I love those. In a freezing cold shop. Thank God for warm basement to work, and I'll have the wheels polished and converted to Pro-Link discs. We'll put new tires on probably this week. Old Blue 426. No, man. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. Believe me, I understand. Otto 1303. Tony, how many stock parts will be used in bottle rocket? For example, crank, rods, rockers, etc. Some of them will be stock. I have Fubar just put the link to our merch. That's the it's on our old store, Uncle Tony's Garage, whatever the hell it was. I don't even remember. But that's the link to our new merch. It's a Teespring store. Let's see. Kim Passable. I raced in the Slant 6 Nationals back in 2009. Do you still have a slant that you're on? Kyle Teal, oil pump video question. What about the little pressure accumulators, or are those block side? It depends on how the engine is configured. But an accumulator it holds pressurized oil so that if there is an issue like with foaming or oil getting sloshing away from the pickup, when the temperature drops, the accumulator pumps oil into the motor. But where you put them, it just depends on the engine itself, because there are so many different configurations. Well, pardon, thank you so much. $10 bottle rocket for the fun for the win. That's going to go right to a bottle rocket, bro. That's going right to the car. Let's see. Max Wedge Stick Dastardly, what's happening, man? $5. Thank you for the super chat. Need 500 subs for the No Name Nationals. Content when snow stops for racing and parts. Well, Rich Rosnick, do you have any content on your channel at all? I mean, I would love to direct people to go sub to your channel, because here's the thing now for the No Name Nationals. For anybody who isn't familiar with what's going on at the No Name Nationals, you have to have 500 subs to compete. So there's a lot of people. I can't believe how many people are interested in this. And like I said, I have nothing to do with the actual event itself. It's Dallas and John Wilburn. Those are the guys who have the specifics. And all I'm trying to do is help them promote it. I'm just trying to help them get the word out. And also, I'm trying to help anybody who wants to get the subs, down to 500 subs. I'm trying to help them get going. So basically, Max Wedge Dick Dastardly is asking for subs because he wants to go run the event. I have no idea what's on his channel, if he has any content or anything like that. But if you want to see Max Wedge Dick Dastardly to bring something to the No Name Nationals, head over there and give him a sub. Doug Nodden, the Ghostbuster. Yes, the Ghostbuster. Andy, I'm coming for you, Andy. I'm coming for you. Let's see. Greg McDonald, everybody wants to just get out of lockdown and go. Who the hell is still in lockdown? Are they still doing that stuff? Let's see. Wheelie King 71. Are you going to share the Ghostbuster build before the race or after? Yeah, no. Nope. We won't be sharing that. Maybe after. Yeah, sure. Mark M, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for all the great videos, Tony. This is my vote towards a 3rd gen Hemi build with carburetor and distributor. I was just talking to somebody about putting a distributor on. Big Mopar Al, because he's building. He's got a couple of late Hemi things, and I was just telling him because he's having problems finding tuners, and this guy shut down, and this guy moved, and this guy he's got an appointment for this, and I'm like, bro, stick a freaking distributor in and just call it done. Treat it like a real engine. Jody Calhoun 318. Tony, when I misspeak, I blame it on drain damage. I have plenty of that. No problem. Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. Good evening, all. How you doing, man? Let's see. Paul Cabazol, how much video coverage of the No Name Nationals? I don't know. You got to ask John Wilburn and Dallas. Like I said, I have absolutely nothing to do with the event. I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea. I think it's going to be huge because it's a self-promoting thing. Everybody who's getting involved in this is going to be making content, and right away, anybody who's following their builds and can get to that event is going to get there. So I have a funny feeling that this thing is going to be like a Woodstock, or like an automotive YouTubers Woodstock. I got to hand it to them. They came up with a fantastic idea. When Dallas first like bounced the idea past me, I was like lukewarm about it. I was like, maybe not. But he was right. He was absolutely right. And they're doing a fantastic job with it. So let's see. Bruce Sherrill, how long will you stay at the No Name Nationals? A couple hours. I mean, I got to get there before the race, obviously. Like a reasonable amount of time before the race. So I know that we made it there. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Levi's Backyard Performance. Tony, if a car number isn't met, will the rules change for entry for No Name Nationals? And you see, again, Levi, I don't direct any questions about the event itself towards me, because I really know nothing. This is Dallas and John's. It's not mine. I'm only helping to spread the word about it, which I hope all of you are also helping to spread the word about it. Brian R., can I shift the power curve on a slant 225 to mimic that of a 318? No, not in a million years. Two completely different engines, two completely different configurations, two completely different designs. No, you'll never be able to get a slant to mimic the power of a 318. The performance of a 318, I should say. Mad Sexy Man of the Night. Tony, will the Miata ever see the track? When can we expect in the future of the Miata? Garrett from the Junkyard Jet is supposed to be taking that thing to some kind of autocross thing that they have in Clarksville. And like the last one or two they had of the year, it rained or whatever it was. I don't even know the situation. But when they start doing the autocross in Clarksville again, he'll be taking that car there, and we'll video all of that. Let's see. John Wilburn is saying that the car count is huge already. Don't wait to register. And he put the link there to the No Name Nationals for the registration. Let's see. Mopar Man 1978. You're up to 330 subs now. Nice. Mopar Maniac Garage. What's happening, man? Eugenio Brianti, he'll be on the last train. Oh, to Clarksville. Okay. Yeah, he's got the Rona now. Everybody's getting the Rona. The Rona's going all over the place now. So he's Dallas just had it like last week, and now Garrett's got it now. So there's probably a bunch of people, having the Rona right now. Let's see. Mako Shark, you're up to 250 subs. Nice. All the Beans Racing, what would you consider the LS of Mopars? Well, I mean, the obvious answer is the late Hemi, the third gen Hemi, but it's not really, because it's not as versatile. It isn't as popular. There aren't as many. Well, there's a lot of them out there, but compared to the parts that are available for the LS and the ease of swappability of the LS and all of the standalone stuff that goes with it, it's apples and oranges. You can't really compare the two. Mopar does not have an equivalent of the LS, though the third gen Hemi is close. Rich Shim, $5 for the super chat. Thank you, sir. You talked me into getting roller rocker arm set up for my 440. How did I do that? What all do I need, and where should I buy the entire setup? What will the cost be? I didn't know. I didn't say roller rocker, man. I said a roller cam. I mean, roller rocker is one thing. Roller cam is, because roller rockers you can do it or not do with it. But the problem is that using it's the reliability of flat tappets, either solid or hydraulic, these days, which is why I recommend that anybody who can, if you can afford to, and if your engine is if there's a camshaft available, a roller, I recommend anybody going with the roller instead of a flat top. DD Speed Pentastar DD Speed Shop says No Name Nationals too far for him. Oh, come on, Dan. Get in your car and get down here. Taylor Clairday, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Tony, if 340s and 360s used the same heads in the early 70s, would the combustion chamber be the same size on both engines, or would the 340s be smaller? No. All of the 340, 360 heads have a combustion chamber that measures exactly 4-inch plus 40 across the wide end. It's an elliptical chamber, right? It's 4 inches top to bottom, and it's 4-inch plus 40 across. And that's where the 340 bore comes from. The 340's 4-inch plus 40 bore comes from the maximum width of the combustion chamber in those cylinder heads. That's as wide as they could get it. So all of your 340, 360 heads, right from the X heads all the way to like the Magnum heads even, right, measure 4-inch plus 40 across the wide part of the combustion chamber. Let's see. Excalibur John Deere, 2000 Honda Insight. I'm getting 100 miles per gallon burning gasoline vapor in the injector rail. 100 PSI tires, gasoline. Now I took the hybrid battery out. Send videos. Actually, obviously you're registered on YouTube. You've got a channel there. Let's see some videos of that car in action. Capri, you left a like. Have a good. Thank you, sir, for leaving a like. Hey, likes are important. It helps. It's one of the things that helps YouTube. I never ask. I hate. Oh, please. I hate that whole. Oh, please subscribe and ring the bell and leave a like. I hate doing that, but it is true. The likes do make a difference in the amount of exposure that a video or a channel gets. So if you do like it, hit the button. If you don't like it, that's fine too. The dislike button counts as much in mathematically as far as the algorithm go as the like button does. I know it sounds crazy, but it doesn't make any difference. Let's see. The Night Stalker, how long do you think a Slane 6 would last before a rebuild? If you take care of them, even if you don't take care of them, I mean, they've been known to go like absurd miles. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you. There's no like formula for that. Let's see, the Golden 67. You guys should try a torque arm like a 94 Trans Am in your power tour car. Well, it's not just they're going on the power tour, but the car's gonna be used for a lot more than that. 94 Trans Am, damn near wheelies with 300 horsepower. No, I know torque arms are good, but a pinion snubber is simpler. It's lighter. Constructing a torque arm is a little unless the transmission is actually assembled to take the torque arm. It's configured in such a way to accept the torque arm. It's not a simple thing. If you've got a car that has a rear end housing and has a transmission housing, a tail shaft housing that will accept the torque arm, yes, it's an excellent way to go. But if the car wasn't born with a torque arm, to fabricate everything and make it work is like a huge amount of work. I've looked into stuff like that, but no, definitely not worth doing. Let's see. Isaiah Osborne is setting up dual quads on a root style blower the same as your video for dual quads on a tunnel ram intake. Yes and no. Dual quads on a roots type blower like a 671 are much more forgiving than dual quads on a normally aspirated motor. Yes, you can make those same modifications and they would be beneficial, but you'll see less difference with the blown motor than you would naturally aspirated. Let's see. Reactor Gaming. Thank you, sir. Nice super chat there. Do you think it would be safe to swap my flat top camera on my 318? I have new old stock Mopar lifters. That's a good sign. But a new comp cam. Also, would there be a possibility of sticky lifter bores engine in my daily with 100,000 miles? You shouldn't have a problem at all. The sticky lifter bores, if anything, is usually when you're pulling the lifter out. It'll stick beyond the area that the lifter normally rides. But you could clean and dress those out. Take your time doing that. You won't have any problem at all with new old stock, the older Mopar lifters. They're fantastic. They're first rate. And the new comp cam, you shouldn't have any problem with. Check the timing on the cam. I had one of those that was ground 11 degrees retarded, right? So, as opposed to what it said on the card. So definitely check the cam timing, and definitely check number 1 and number 6. Make sure, you check the cam timing on number 1, and then roll the motor and do the same thing on number 6, just to make sure it was ground true, and you should be fine. Let's see. Robert Schreiber, Tony, talking about all these different high mile per gallon mods. How is the perfect daily driver holding up today? It runs fine. Kathy literally just complained to me today. She says, but it doesn't get good gas mileage. And it's because the car never comes off the choke. She starts it up. It runs for, she'll let it warm up for, a minute or 2 minutes. And then she'll go to the store, which is like 1.5 miles down the road. So the whole time she's driving the car, and then she's in the store for 20 minutes, a half hour. She comes out, the choke is already, any heat from the choke is already gone, and now it's closed again. So anytime she's driving the car, it has the choke on. So no, it's not getting good average mile per gallon based on the way it's being used. But if the car was being used, let's say, 10, 15, 20 miles at a clip where everything's warmed up and functioning fine, it'll get around 20, which in my mind is like excellent economy for a nice muscular, not a muscle car, but a nice muscular daily driver type of car. I'm Mopar Maniac Garage. Thank you again for the super chat. Can I use roller lifters? With an old mushroom cam? No. A cam that's ground for a mushroom type lifter has a different profile, has a different ramp profile. So no, you can't. A cam that's ground for mushroom lifters has to be used with mushroom lifters, because the wider base of the lifter contacts the lobe in a different way. So a cam that's ground for that. Kathy is saying, I make a lot of applesauce. We call her applesauce now. She's saying, I make a lot of short trips. Let's see. Willie King, shout out to Ultra Kathy for getting me my signed New Year's shirt, pinned it up on the shop wall today. Austin, what are you doing? You're in Austin. Why are you on the super chat? You're on the other side of the wall. Not super chat. The chat over here. Let's see. Nathaniel Menzies, thank you for the super chat, Nathaniel. Uncle T, I got a 63.5 Sprint out and looked over. Looks like the master cylinder leaked a bit, but the water pump has some crusty buildup. CLR. Give the cooling system a flush with CLR. It's a calcium lime rust remover. It's like a household product, and that give it a good flush. After you're done, flush it again with water. Flush, get it all out. But that should clean you up there. 426 Hemi Puddin. Yeah, I hear footsteps.
It's me.
It is you.
Yeah.
All right, come here, but don't sit on the couch, because that would be really freaking gay. All right.
I'll just stand right here.
Okay, you're slightly out of the picture. There he is. Look, it's Austin.
So we got the heads together.
Nice.
They're done.
Nice.
So we're cleaning up right now.
You should have seen the accomplishment he made today. It'll be on a video tomorrow. I think you did a great job.
I've never done it in my life.
You took to it like nothing. Like
never done.
How do you like my vintage Harley Davidson?
It's really cool.
It is, right?
Yeah. It sits in here all the time now.
Yeah, I brought the 61 Sportster in here. I got it running. I took it for a ride around the block. I said, it's good enough. And now it's furniture in here.
When Sabrina came for New Year's, she walked by this room and looked in there. It's like, why is there a motorcycle in there? It's like, so it doesn't get absorbed.
Well, look at this room. How can it not have a motorcycle in it?
It's perfect. Along
Right?
with the UTG cardboard.
I'm telling you, it's becoming a very cool place.
But anyway, just wanted to let you know we're going to clean up.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, me.
Okay. Let's see. Just move over to one side and Austin can sit all the way to the other side of the couch. It's not. It's still, man. No. I got like a red and blue, yellow neon light over there. I got all these different colored light bulbs over here, and a zebra print on a couch. No. There's no possible way you can have a comfortable distance between two males anywhere in this room. You know, it just ain't gonna happen. The Night Stalker, not gonna lie, you're awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Whitetail Rancher. I actually counted my motorcycles on Thursday. How many do you have? So a lot of you guys know already, we're starting a new channel. Excuse me. It's called Too Many Bikes, TOO Many Bikes. It's with the Junkyard Jet guys. Excuse me. And our goal is to find out how many bikes is too many bikes. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this channel because we're all, yeah, I know you guys know me as a car guy, but I'm really a motorcycle guy. I'm totally jacked on this, right? So we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And I think they can sub. I think if you wanted to sub now, you can, but we won't have any material on for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm keeping my two spot. You see, Too Many Bikes, because I'm a compulsive motorcycle buyer. You have no idea. I just bought a moped today, right? But I'm keeping my two Sportsters, my 61 and my 2002, and that's it. Those are the only bikes I'm keeping for myself. I can't do that. I can't go through this again. So I'm just going to keep those. They make me happy. I got the 61 sitting right over here in the room across from me, and I got the 02 at home, nice and snuggled in the garage. You know, but yeah, we're going to scoff up bikes. We've already got a few in them here. Try to watch. You got about 22 bikes. I had 27 or 28 when I left New York. That channel doesn't show up in the search. Okay, that's Kathy just hasn't made it public yet. I didn't know if it was public or not. I don't know anything, guys. I know nothing, right? I know nothing about how any of this stuff works. In fact, like today, Kathy's saying, do you want the channel link? I guess. I don't know. She was just, we were editing a video today, right? And she's looking at me, don't you know how to do this yet? And I'm like, no, I've only been watching you doing it for 3.5 years, but I have no idea what you're doing, and I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't know what even the passwords are to our different accounts. Like, I don't know what the password is to the Facebook page. I don't know what the password is to the Gmail. The Gmail. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. All I know is she points the camera at me. She says action. I go blah, 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 for like 8 to 12 minutes, and then that's it. From that point on, I'm just like, okay, can I go work on cars again? You know what I mean? So I legitimately know nothing. 7 subscribers. We got 7 subs already. Not bad. Wheelie King, you're subscriber number 1. Excellent. What was for dinner? We had to shoot a couple of videos today, so we were jamming. So we stopped by Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Okay, heads up on Taco Bell. Okay, their value menu, $2 chicken burrito, grilled chicken burrito is killer. Okay, yeah. So I scoffed out a few of those. Today, just because we were on the run. Okay. Oh, you guys are going over there and subbing like crazy. Thank you so much. Cold War Motors had their merch hijacked too. Yeah. Somebody hijacked our merch. Somebody set up a page on one of these sites that they like. It's not eBay and it's not Etsy. No, it's some other one that's like Etsy. And yeah, they were selling all kinds of Uncle Tony's Garage merch. They had shirts and hats and they even had masks, right? UTG masks, which right away you're gonna know it's counted. It's not us because could you imagine me putting my name on a mask of all things? Let's see. Apparently, Mexican pizza is coming back. I never got a Redbubble. Kathy said it was Redbubble, not Etsy or eBay. It was Redbubble. Let's see. Whitetail Rancher, I just subscribed to my first channel without a single video. I love you guys. Thank you. Ken Alfred, the info on Dizzy Mods to get a whack at the hit is golden. Where else are you going to forget? Yeah, I know we tried it. We tried to dig out all of the forgotten stuff. Gas Mask Paintballer. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Hey, Tony, I'm planning on building a 426 base blower motor around the 1,000 horsepower mark. Do you think an 18 spline 833 can handle it? Oh, not if you dead hook it. Not if you dead hook it. It'll handle the rolling load, but no, there's gonna be too much deflection. No, I wouldn't. At that power level, I would be looking at a planetary transmission. If you have to have a clutch pedal, I would put a planetary transmission like a Lenko or something like that in there. But I wouldn't use an 833. Old Blue, thank you again for the super chat. What could I have done to stop the cam from walking for next time? What do I need to know? What engine are you dealing with that the cam is walking? The formula, Tony, quarter mile or 1/8 mile racing? I grew up on quarter mile. All I knew my whole life was quarter mile until I came down here. And now I have no interest in a quarter mile. The 1/8 mile is perfect. The 1/8 mile is the absolute perfect distance. As I've told people before, right? As I've told people before, the 1/8 mile, okay, in a quarter mile race, right? All of your action is done by the 1/8 mile. Let's say you're on a stick car, okay? You know, you're in high gear, you're in fourth gear, generally speaking, by the 1/8 mile or just past it, okay? In automatic, you're in high gear by the 1/8 mile. All of the action is done. All of the suspension work is done. All of the real driving is done by the 1/8 mile. And then the second 1/8 mile, right? The second 660 feet, you literally sit there waiting for shit to unscrew itself. You just sit there with the engine going, ah! and you watching the scoreboard come up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck, why am I abusing myself? Ah, here. Okay. So here. Right, so here's starting line to the 1/8 mile. Okay. You know, bang, bang, bang. Right. Okay. And then from the 1/8 mile to the quarter mile is this. Ah! And you look out the side windows. You know what I mean? It's like it's pointless. So I have become a true 1/8 mile aficionado. Oh, 3.7 slant 6. Old Blue, you're talking about the cam walk. Cam walk on a slant 6. There's no reason to have cam walk on a slant 6. It's possible that if was it a new cam you had a walk problem with? Because it's possible that the axial taper on the lobes might have been off, and so you didn't have that effect of the force of the lifter creating a backward bias on the cam. But the oil pump drive, the helical cut on the oil pump drive, and the axial grind on the lobes is what keeps the cam to the back of the engine, wanting to go to the back of the engine. It's exactly the same as as a big block Chrysler. Small block Mopars have a thrust plate at the front of the cam, but the Slant Six and the big block Chrysler don't. It's the helical cut and the axial taper that keep the cam face backwards. So I can't imagine why you would have cam walk, under normal circumstances.
You weren't dying a minute ago, were you?
No, I wasn't dying. I was describing the difference between an eighth mile and a quarter mile.
And that's versus
No, it's how the first eighth mile is where all the action is.
Yeah.
You hit the starting line, you bang in your gears, right? You steer it, it's getting a little out of shape, right? It's all the exciting stuff happens in the first eighth mile.
Yeah.
And then from the eighth mile to the quarter mile, you just sit there going, listening to your stuff get abused. You know what I mean? It's funny too, man. See, you guys who haven't done it, right? The difference is you run the eighth mile, okay, and it's action the whole time. It's like the run is over before you even know it started, okay. And then when you run a quarter mile, it's the same thing. The first eighth mile happens before you even know it, and then the last eighth mile to get you to the quarter takes 4 months. I don't care how fast you're going. It takes 4 months to go from the eighth mile to the quarter mile because there's just nothing. You just sit there listening to all of your stuff try to unscrew itself while the scoreboards approach. It's super slow motion because it can't get there fast enough. It's bad. Eighth mile. I am an eighth mile believer.
All we heard was ah.
All right. I am an ADD kid. I'm freaking autistic, for Christ's sake. All right, guys. I have people over here.
Yeah, we're leaving.
All right. Good night, guys. All right. Kathy is saying, tell Tony to sub to Wild Rose Garage. He needs to hit 500 subs. Wild Rose Garage. Let's get Wild Rose. Well, I can't even say it. Jesus. Let's get Wild Rose Garage his 500 subs. How many more does he need? Lazy A-Hole Ranch. Happy birthday, Lazy A-Hole. Okay. I've been accused of that too. Let's see. Doug's Maintenance Shop. Do you think the quarter is worth it for top speed? Man, I'm one of those people that I have absolutely no desire to go fast. I have a desire to go quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have a desire to get from here to there in as little time as possible. And to me, speed is a byproduct of that I really have no interest in. Does that make any sense? But other people do. Other people like it. They enjoy going fast. I'm not one of those people. I enjoy accelerating. You know what I'm saying? But speed does nothing for me. All the Beans Racing is looking for subs too. There's a lot of people who want to get into this no-name nationals, right? All the Beans Racing. Let's see. I have to roll a cigarette. Oh, wait. Old Blue 426. Man, you keep throwing the super chat. Slow down, brother, man. Don't throw me any more money. You've sent plenty. I can answer your questions without that. So the other question I have for you is, how did it broke off the pickup tube? The distributor gear broke twice. I'm sorry, I know I'm full of questions. Okay. It broke. Okay, wait. How did it break off the pickup tube? The distributor gear broke twice. I'm sorry, I know I'm full of questions. No, that's okay. That's okay. All right. So there's a counterweight on the crank that comes extremely close to the pickup tube, and So picture this now, right? The pickup tube comes out of the block, and it has a little bend just as it comes out of the block, and it comes down a little bit, and then it has the big bend where the strainer is. Okay. If you don't have the pickup tube positioned exactly right, the counterweight comes around and it smacks the pickup tube, right? That's probably how you broke the pickup tube. Did I miss a super chat? I don't think so. I don't think I missed a super chat. I'm looking now. No. Oh, Vegas 660, new channel. $5. Well, thank you, Vegas 660. But he retracted his message. I have no idea what the message was. Danny Boyd's toilet hates him. Oh my God. Small Town Girl. What's happening, Small Town Girl? Grand National, bigger turbo, and get the suspension to work. Lots of ET hiding and G-body suspensions. Yeah, all of that moving around. The G-body shuffle is all ET that's just being thrown away. But then again, there's so much fun, right? I love watching stock frame, G bodies just do their thing. It's just so cool. Okay. Kyle Teal, they can vibrate out. A simple tack weld can fix that. Are you talking about a Chevy style pickup that it presses into the? That's such a terrible design. The Chevy oil pump pickup, and it just presses in. I don't know why they did that. The Golden 67. What about X-Frame Impala, right? Oh yeah, anybody who races those cars these days, it's still messing around with an X-Frame car. They deliberately leave that stuff loose and untied so that the car does this coming up the start line. That's the coolest thing in the world. I mean, there are some things you can give up ET for, right? And really cool body twist is one of those things. All right, John Wilburn says there are some big, in capital letters, names coming to the No Name Nationals. I recommend the UTG community who wants in to reserve your spots before those channels drop their announcement videos. Which channels, John Wilburn? Give our viewers a hint which channels you might be talking about, because I honestly have no idea who you're talking about. Otto 1303, Bottle Rocket has new control arm bushings. Yes, the whole front end of Bottle Rocket is fresh. Okay, and Fubar just put up the link to Two Hacks Garage. Fubar is, like, seriously the most helpful person on the internet, right? Like you could cover the whole freaking internet from one end to the other. And Fubar is the most helpful person there. Wild Rose Garage, a good tack on a Chevy pickup don't hurt. I've never assembled one without tacking it. I couldn't imagine assembling one without tacking it, because I have seen those pickups fall out. Too many bikes. Oh, okay. So now Kathy is applesauce is in here under the name Too Many Bikes. Okay, John Wilburn says, I can't say because I don't want to spoil the callouts and such. One is building the car now, and his channel dwarfs UTG in sub numbers. Gee, thanks for making me feel important, you fuck. No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Yeah, there's lots of people that dwarf me in numbers. Okay, excellent. All right, so we've got, evidently there's a household name YouTuber. See, I'm not a household name. I'm like a cult name. But evidently, by what John is saying here, is that there's a household name YouTuber that's preparing a car for the No Name Nationals. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Let's see. Doug's Maintenance Shop is asking John Wilburn, is a good question. What about spectators? Can we buy tickets? Actually, John, dude, I'm serious about this, right? I think you may end up getting such a crowd. You better find out what the fire marshal's capacity is for that track, and maybe start pre-selling tickets, because I have a funny feeling that this is going to be like a Woodstock type of event. Uh, I'm serious about that. I think this is going to be just an obscene crowd. So I would find out what the fire marshal's capacity for that facility is, and maybe start selling tickets now. Vegas 660 new channel. Thank you for the super chat. Tried to say keep YouTube log in info up to date. I didn't and got locked out of my original channel I had of 15 years. It sucks. Oh man, yeah, yeah. I know YouTube audits, right? I know when you've got a channel that stays dormant for any amount of time, YouTube audits them and gets rid of them. A lot of times, guys will see their sub numbers just like drop out of the blue. Like you got 8,000, you got 10,000 subs, and then you check it out and you've got like 8,500. This happened to us a couple of times. And it's like, what happened, right? Just one day you lose like 15% of your subscribers, and it's just YouTube going through and doing an audit of dead accounts. If an account isn't active for X amount of time, they just they chop it and you lose that number. So that happens a couple of times a year, where just all of a sudden you'll have this huge sub drop. And I guess they figured if your channel was dormant for X amount of time, it was abandoned, and they Cletus, I can see Cletus coming to that thing. Let's see. Stephen Wang. Hey, Tony, do you know if there's a database of measurements of crankshafts or any way of measuring quickly without resorting to the micrometer? Well, I mean, yes and no. You can look up the specs on any engine and get the factory specifications for crankshaft diameter and whatnot, journal diameter. But there is no substitute for actually cracking open a micrometer, or at least like a good digital caliper, and getting the measurement that way. Because I mean, you could tell that the crank is supposed to be this, but how do you know it hasn't been cut, or no, there's no shortcut to that. The information, the number for the stock numbers are out there. You can get them anywhere for any engine, but the actual number that you have on your crankshaft, you need to measure it to know. Zugi 22. Did you go to Woodstock in '69? I was like 7 years old in '69. Let's see. Bradley Dennis, my vintage iron 7512 is a solid engine builder. Yeah, he's got a really good channel. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. But from what I understand, he hasn't been posting lately. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if he's still doing YouTube or not. But yeah, he had a lot of really solid engine tech videos. You guys who come to these channels looking for like usable information, right? Engine information. That was a great channel, and you can still go over there and find his stuff. Let's see. Tom Ashton, you were 17 during Woodstock. Were you there? Sil Durock, I was 0 years old in '69. Damn, Tony, look amazing for being that old. No, bro, I'm 59. I'm 59 and a half. I'll be 60 in May. Small town girl, I saw Woodstock video. Tony at 7 was tuning up Hendrix tour bus. Let's see. Mountain Garage, I was 4 years old in '69 and just built my first Turbo Hydro 400. Your neighbor was conceived at Woodstock. I remember 1969. I remember the news reports about Woodstock and all of that. I have a fairly good memory of that period. My memory is a little weird in spots, like where it's completely vacant. Like there are periods of time I just do not remember, and then there are other periods of time that I remember very distinctly. And like 1969, that era, 1969 1970, I remember very well, very well. Is the Hot Rod Hoarder coming? Here on this channel, I don't know. He might be. I haven't talked to him in probably a year. Let's see. Joe K. So what's the deal with the new direct connection? Steve Maggs has been doing the videos promoting the parts. I don't know. He was on last week. It didn't come up. I have no idea. But he was on 2 weeks ago. But he'll be back with us probably the first Sunday in February. I don't know what that date is. I got to get together with him. And pop in then and ask him when he's on. Larry's Angry Fish Ale House. Angry, raging fish, right? How is the Slant 6-part do coming? Will you be using a forged crank? When does the season start again? No, I'm using a lightweight cast crank. I just got it back from the machine shop. Well, I got it back about a week ago from the machine shop. But no, we're using a lightweight 1981 to 1987 cast crank. The damage that happened to the crank was not the fault of the crank, so I'm not gonna blame it. And it's more than up to the task of what we're gonna use it for. And when does the season start again? Our local tracks open in March. So we got about a month and a half before the tracks are start to open again. Fastang, you're on the same couch. Well, I used to try to change couches every live feed, and then it just got to the point that I was like, no, I'm just going to keep this couch. Small town girl, have you ever messed with engine vacuum pumps? So we put one on and gained a few mile an hour in a quarter and half a tenth. No, evacuation systems. I've used like header evacuation systems, attempting to do that same thing, but I've never actually installed a pump. And I probably won't. I like using a header evacuation system. It's free power. It's no extra complication, no extra weight, no extra things to be. So for the tiny bit difference there would be between an evacuation system and a vacuum pump, I'll just stick with the evacuation system. Remember, I have a complication phobia. Anything that adds any complication to the machine, I don't care if it's an inch of wire, I'm down on. If I can get away from it or around it, I do. But that's a personal phobia of mine. You know what I'm saying? Just if I own it, it has to be simple. He identifies as a hexadecimal. Okay. Pentastar, maybe Vice Grip Garage bring the Independence Chevelle. Oh, to the No Name Nationals. That could be interesting. John Chinaki. Oh, God, I'm sorry I'm murdering your name, brother, man. Will you be going out to the gas station for lives this summer? It was a great background for you and Buff. As soon as Buff gets back to the world, Buff was supposed to be back 4 months ago, and they extended his contract. So he's still in parts unknown doing super secret, top secret government work. As soon as he's done with all of that, he'll be back. And yeah, I'd love to go back. That gas station was a good place to do the lives. I enjoyed doing that. It was nice. Ken Alfred, were you ever on Jalopy Journal, the ham? No, but I was never on the ham, but I used to read the ham religiously. That was like the best message board. I kind of gravitated away from it just for no other reason than I just kind of gravitated away from it. But yeah, for when I had the coffee house, the last coffee house I had, which was probably about 10 years ago now, I used to sit at night and go through automotive message boards, and it was the ham. I followed the ham religiously at that point. But like I said, I just kind of like drifted away from it, not for any reason other than I just drifted away. Vegas 660, thank you again. Did Roadkill take on that challenge you gave them? Nope, they didn't. Ari saying, I love the ham. Did a lot of work off those old dudes' notes. Yeah, it was such a. What was it? There was a thread, drag cars in motion, I think it was, which was fantastic, and it was like 1,000 pages. But yeah, the old school, the amount of old school knowledge, man, and experience, that represented on the ham was just off the chain. Let's see. Small Town Girls 15. Roadkill is over, I think. Well, why do you hear? I mean, I'm sure their days are extremely numbered. Like they're down to like days, I think, weeks. But why? What did you hear, Small Town Girl, about Roadkill being over? 3-team will run. Hey, UTG, what's going on? 3-team will run. How are you, man? Which day are you running Casper? Friday or Saturday? Saturday. We're gonna run Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. T&J Performance of South Florida. Hey, Uncle Tony. Can't wait to see Bottle Rocket walk Casper down the track. I'm not going to walk him, man. I'm going to try to edge him. Okay. I'm going to try to edge him. The videos on the fuel vapor theories, not enough subs to enter the Nova, maybe next year. Well, I mean, start asking for the, you got time, man. Start hitting the subs now. Let's see. Joe K, small engine question. Tony or anyone mess with those Harbor Freight Predator engines? The guys who who moved into my old place, the storage units, they are big into these mini bikes, and they build them all around these Harbor Freight engines, and they make power. I mean, they make good power. They put headers on them, they put intakes on them, they do all these different things to them. They're fun, man. I've ridden a couple of them, but that's the only experience I've had with them, just secondhand experience, and I've never heard a bad word about them. So they must be good. One for the road. Is there classes for the no-name nationals? Yes, there are. But you've got to ask John Wilburn or Dallas. Those are the guys that are running. It's their event, not my event. It's not my event. I'm going there. I got one race. That's the extent of my involvement with the no-name nationals. So I can't answer questions as far as what classes, what are regulations, what hours. I have no idea. I have no idea. Mark M. I stopped watching Roadkill when I realized there's a huge camera crew and support staff behind every project. Yeah, I mean, it completely killed the vibe of every man project car. Well, that's the thing. I mean, now I'm not saying anything bad about the show Roadkill, because it was good automotive entertainment. I will never take that away from anybody. But the reality of Roadkill was anything but what it was being portrayed as. It was a big budget show with a big crew, and you know what I mean. It's like all of these things where it looks like it's always just these two guys, but you're not seeing that it's being filmed from all different angles, and the sound and the drone shots and they hit the road with a support crew. There's I forgot what the payroll was. Somebody at some point, somebody told me the payroll per episode, and it's ridiculous. So yeah, no, Roadkill was good entertainment. No question, it was good entertainment, but it was anything but the organic, like show that it was portrayed to be. Let's see. Him, if I remember, a guy called Thunderhead 429 was full of engine information. I don't remember. Let's see. Is the 64 dot wiper motor located under the dash? Yes. Okay, John Wilburn is saying that the No Name Nationals will have exhibition, call-out match, and grudge racing, and a massive burnout contest, and the monkey mini bikes. Okay. Dalton D. Bonaventure. Hey, Tony. How would you recommend moving the front leaf mounting point up while keeping the same geometry? Should I measure? Okay, so you ready for this one? Okay, you ready for this one? I'm assuming you're dealing with an A or a B body Mopar, right? I try to get too tech heavy on these on the Sunday night ones. It's usually a Wednesday night question, but I got to answer this anyway, right? Okay, if you take the front leaf hanger off, okay, flip it upside down, right? You're raising the point. You're not changing the geometry. You're raising the point. But now here's the thing, right? The holes have to be slotted. When you go to put it back in, there are 4 studs on the leaf spring hanger, and when you go to put it back into the car, you're going to find that it won't go in because 2 holes are wider than the other 2 holes. So you got to take a round file and you have to oblong those holes, and then you can put the stock leaf spring hanger in upside down, and you'll get exactly what you're looking for. Okay, John Wilburn is saying, and regular bracket racing for the ringers among you. Okay, this is going to be, I think most people are going to a bracket race. Fast Stang 85, you want to hear that again. What do you want to hear? One mile racing is best. A lot of guys are into that, man. They're into the top end stuff. Fuzzy Jackal. That's a good name, man. I like that. Thank you for the super chat. Hello from Australia. Learned a lot from watching you and applying what I've learned on my Ford Falcon, AU XR6 Tickford Ute. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat, and I'm honored to know that I have helped you in your journey to hot rodding, whatever it is. Thank you. Let's see. Small Town Girl, Fat and Furious. Now that was a stupid show. Oh yeah. Oh, I saw that. I saw a couple of episodes of that. That was freaking horrid, man. That was terrible. Kerry Worthington, bottle rocket with a big old truck turbo. You're gonna need boost, methinks. No, I'm spraying it. How many kits? I don't know. Some, Andy, I'm coming hard, man. I'm coming hard. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man. I'm taking you seriously. I'm taking your truck seriously. I know you're faster than me. I know that. Eric Uncapfer, any progress on Bottle Rocket, or is it top secret? You may see some videos. of us maybe playing with different things on Bottle Rocket, but no, I'm not covering the refurbishment. Yeah, Andy saying just pull the jets out of the plate. I may end up doing that too. Andy, I'm coming. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I'm not playing, man. Like Batista says, no, it will not be a stroker. It absolutely will not be a stroker. It is a 318 block, and I showed the picture of the 318 block in the community the other day, and it's a 273 crank. Okay, so yeah, get any idea that it's a secret big engine or anything like that out of your head. It's not. It's a 318 block and a 273 crank. Ron Nelson, Uncle Tony, have you ever considered building a 24 hours of lemons car? No, not really. But Dallas is involved in a 24 hours of lemons car. It's a Mercedes with a Buick engine, and I have no idea where they're going with that. But you can go to his channel, Mr. Rodder's Neighborhood, and ask him maybe in the comments, and he'll give you an update on that lemons car. Uncle Bib, Ella's soft bottle rocket. No. Watsanda to be. Hey, Tony, tell the Junkyard Jet guys that the Valiant would look good with a 68 Plymouth GTX twin stripe above the rocker. Really? I don't know. Kyle Teal, piston combo in that 318. Oh yeah, definitely, Kyle. It will have 8 of them. I'm putting 8 pistons in that engine. No, there's no question about that. Don't worry, I'll be ready for the Dustbuster. You mean the Ghostbuster, right? Yeah, it's going to be his. It's going to so Andy is showing up to the No Name Nationals with a Boss 429 cell Hemi-headed 429 cubic inch Windsor small block, and I'm showing up there with a 318. So let's see how this works out. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. Mike Batista, if the ported heads crack, long as it makes one hit, winning is winning. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Winning is winning. Unity Motorsports. Yeah, don't forget I'm about 1,000 pounds heavier than you. Probably more than 1,000 pounds heavier. Probably. So I mean, just for the record, the whole concept of one and done. When I made the original call out to Casper, the off the trailer one and done gives the advantage to the slower car. That's one of the reasons why we're doing that. It's a street racer thing. So I'm banking on him not being. I'm banking on the. I'm being honest. I'm banking on the track being sloppy after this variety of cars with street tires and whatnot goes down it. And the one and done off the trailer kind of gives me a little tiny advantage. And that's the thing. I'm in this race. I'm trying to take advantage of every little advantage I can. I'm stacking advantages, hoping to beat it to the stripe. The Kickendall showed up. What's happening, Kickendall? Gearhead Dingleberry. So I'll own that. I'm a Gearhead Dingleberry. Ken Alfred, what RPM are you running with that small crank in the 318? Valve float, man. It's valve float. I have no way. I don't know what RPM. There's a tack in the car, but who the frick ever looks at goddamn tack? I don't know. The motor goes and I shift. I mean, you know what I mean? That's it. What RPM is that? I have no idea. I don't really care. Made muscle. Better put an automatic in bottle rocket. That's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. Mike Batista, you shifted the valve float, bro. I've always done that, man. I shift when either I feel an engine just not put. You know, you feel when a motor is peaked. You know, it's a seat of the pants thing. You feel the motor is peaked. You know, and you'll shift at that point, or you wait till you hear the first stutter out of the engine. As soon as you hear the stutter, you shift. So it's going to be one of those, depending on the car and the conditions and everything else. Those are my two indications that it's time to shift. You know, either you feel it start to, you know, nose, or you hear the first stutter. You know, it's time to shift. Who's got time to look at a friggin' tack? I don't know, and then figure out what it means. No, it's too many numbers, too many things moving around. Made muscle, not hating on the manual trans, but Casper is a serious setup. I'm well aware. I am well aware. Sid, Bottle Rocket can run, I know, but Andy is a serious mill. Oh, I know that. I am going in there completely outclassed. There is no question about it. I am showing up there utterly and completely outclassed. I know this. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. I'm stacking advantages. I'm stacking every advantage I possibly can. And on that one run, I'm betting money I can get to the strike first. And we'll see what happens. Three team will run tax or a hearing aid for the tone deaf. It's the truth. I generally will have a functional tack in the hot rod, but I very rarely actually use them. Like, I've never used a tack. I can't remember in my life ever using a tack in competition. You know what I mean? Like using the tack as a guide in competition. But like in test hits or anything like that, if I feel a car doing something, I'll glance at the tack to give me an idea where it's happening. You know what I mean? So and then it's just a tuning aid. So that's what it is. To me, the tachometer is like a tuning aid, but it's nothing I've ever used actually in competition. American Farmer, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Mike Batista, it sucks when the car beside you is loud and you can't hear shit. I know, yeah. You know, Mike, but that's the thing. That's that whole Zen deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to hear the noise but not hear the noise. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear the noise out the side, but not hear the noise. You know, you have to be completely focused on the bubble that you're in. You know what I mean? And only pay attention, only allow the sounds, the vibrations, the feelings, and whatnot that you're involved in your bubble. You know, your car, your bubble. You know, you have to be completely tuned into that. As soon as you allow outside distractions in, you know, then you don't have that zen. You know what I'm saying? Small town girl has it figured out. I don't know. What was small town girl saying? I went 7 rounds, no tack, 4-speed car, just drive it the exact same way every pass. Yeah. Haynes HVAC 2. Have you ever built a 400 maintaining factory stroke? Yes. I'm a big proponent of the short stroke, short rod low deck. Yeah, absolutely. I've never considered building a long rod short deck motor. Larry's Angry Fish Ale House. Will you explain bracket racing to me? How do you win or lose? Oh, bro, there's so much to that. Somebody explain bracket racing to the Angry Fish Man over there. Mike Batista, is the 400 Mopar really the best motor? Is it the best motor? No, it's absolutely not the best motor. Is it the best big block Mopar? Yes, it absolutely is the best big block Mopar. I know it's debatable. A lot of people like the 440s. In my experience, the quickest and fastest. Okay, so you take these engines in their natural configuration, pretty much the way they were born. Okay, the quickest and fastest stock Mopar I ever owned. When I say stock, okay, stock carburetor, stock exhaust manifolds, stock camshaft, stock ignition, untouched heads. Stock, okay, stock through the full quiet exhaust system was a 72 Roadrunner 400 4-speed with a 355 gear, and this car ran 1280s. Boom, boom. I mean, it every time you pointed it at the finish line, it would run a 1280. I've never had another stock Mopar run that hard, that good, that consistent. So my life experience with stock configuration Mopars is the 400 is it. And I'm not talking about factory super stock cars or anything like that. I'm talking about just normal production, like something, not a freak show car, not a Hemi Dart, right, or a Max Wedge, but just regular muscle car. 400 4-speed, 355. It was a bare stripper too, manual steering, manual brakes, right? 72 Roadrunner. That was it. That was the car. Lobo GTX. Hey Tony, I love the 72 Carnet body style. I know, I love that car. It's a Charger. It's a 4-door Charger. Even the front fenders are interchangeable, but the body line is exactly the same as a Charger. It's just the roof is configured differently because it has the post and has to have that extra space for the back window for the back door to close. But other than that, it's a freaking Charger. The Golden 67, 12.8 and a quarter mile. Yes, 12.8. 104, I don't remember exactly. It was like some 104 or 105 miles an hour. It ET'd better than at miles an hour. Ken Alfred, who would you say was your mentor? No one person. I've learned from so many, and I picked up so many different things from so many different people. It's hard to say. As far as the mentality goes, I would say that Barry Petard, the late Barry Petard, he was one of the Mutt brothers. He put a lot of stuff in my head that stuck. Jerry Caminito, funny car racer that I worked for, he put a lot of stuff in my head that stuck. I've had several. I've had a bunch of people that I've learned from over the years. Dave Benjamin, Nasty Dave Benjamin. Just a few short conversations with him when I was doing the Nitro thing. Just a few short conversations with him opened my eyes to concepts that I never would have seen otherwise, and really changed my life. Right, as far as combustion dynamics, how things are actually working, and the relationship between pressure pulses and the way a driveline reacts. I've learned so much from so many different people. It's hard to pinpoint. I think I missed a super chat. I did. Big Mike's Hoopty Barn. Thank you, sir. Paid my entry fee for the No Name Nationals, but I'm in the show class, so my only call out might be to help getting my hoopty back home. Cody Fazio, where did you live in New York? Staten Island. I'm a victim of Staten Island, New York. Wild Rose Garage, go take that dog for a walk, brother man. Good night. I don't know, Tony, how's the U-joints and splines and bottle rocket? Would hate to see you break one. Yeah, don't stress that. It's not going to break any of that stuff. Staten Island, isn't that where the nuclear deal happened or something? No, that was 3 Mile Island. That was actually where Bruce Larson was from, the funny car racer Bruce Larson. In fact, he had a Corvette. That was back in 1979, and I remember he had a